G'day, Steve here, Woodworking Masterclass, and just continuing on with the picture frame that I started last video. This was the moulding we made last video, and I've got to make another one identical. The reason being I need 22.1 metres of moulding to make this picture frame, and unfortunately my sticking board isn't that long, and I decided to do it in two parts. So, how do you get two mouldings that look identical? Well, you can freehand one of them, which is what we did with this one last video. And now this one, I'm using the same marking out tools, but what I've done is cut two pieces off the end of this piece. So one piece from either end. Now the reason for that is when we actually cut them on the mitre, they're going to come together and you will see the continuation of the join. So if I cut a piece off of each end and put it on the end of this board here, like so, because I've already cut the rebate on this one, then we do the same markouts as we did before. You just got to make sure you don't change this profile here. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is just colour that in with pencil. Now do that to both ends. In order for the bits not to move around, I'm just going to glue them on with a hot glue gun. Dries nice and quickly. I've been in place for a couple of seconds and it's done. And these, by the way, these Bosch glue guns, I've just found a cordless one. And it's absolutely wonderful because you can have it on the bench, press the button, turn it on, it heats up, you can use it, plonk it down, there's no cords anywhere. All right, and there we have it, glued on each end. Mark it out using the same markings as we did when we did this one, and when we finally get just towards the end, make sure it lines up with these two pieces either end. I'm going to start with the snipe bill, but you can just as easily use a rebate plane as I showed you in a previous video. Okay, I'm not going to film the rest of this because it's exactly the same procedure as the video I did before. But what I will do is when I get to the end and I'm just finessing these end bits, then I'll film that. See you in a bit. Okay, well that didn't take very long at all, only about 15 minutes. But I'm very, very close to this end, as you can see, and this end as well. The only thing I've got to do now is round that out using the round. So what I'll do is knock the blade back a little bit, because I don't want it taking a big cut, and then I'm gently going to come up onto this point and to this point here. Then we'll have a look, see how it looks, and if it's a go, we'll cut it up. Just about at this point, if you just take the pencil marks off, you know you're spot on. And I think that is going to be good enough for what we're doing. Now, if you did want to sand, now's the time to do it. I really don't think this needs sanding, so I'll go ahead and cut the miters and we'll make the frame up. Now I've got everything set. The clamps are ready to go. I'll get the glue and glue her up. The excess glue's come through. I'm just going to wipe that out with a bit of water. I'll let that dry overnight. All right, next day, and it should be dry, which it appears to be. Loosen this. And once again, this, honestly, is one of the greatest little systems I've seen for framing. It really is so simple but so effective. Now, if I have a look around here, it's pretty close. There's a couple of little bits that I need to clean up. What I'm going to do there is just grab, I think this is 220 sandpaper, and I'm just going to clean up on all these corners. Okay, now I've evened that all out and the back's been cleaned off as well. Now measure up for the glass. So that's 23.5 inches that way and 16 5/8 the other way. I'll grab the glass.